Okay, so welcome. Thank you guys so much for coming today. We are on, which district are you? I'm so sorry, I can't remember.
District 2, Ward 3.
Yeah.
Thank you. Perfect. Those are very confusing, by the way. So I just wanted to say that the library does this. We sponsor candidate forums because we believe people have a right to know what their candidates for public office say about issues that affect our communities. We provide the forums as a public service, and we are privileged and proud to play a role in the democratic process. Our candidate forums allow those seeking public office to express their views openly so community members can understand their positions and make informed voting choices. So I have allowed every candidate who has come to these to do a short introduction. And Norm, I will start with you.
Yeah, my name is Propson. This would be my second year running for alderman. Uh, I have a daughter, Megan, and a daughter, Chloe. One is a freshman in college. The other is a junior in high school. I've been in the city, worked within the city for over 25 years, and lived in the city for the last 10. Looking to keep moving the city forward. I have a open to new experiences. Let's put it that way. An open mind, and hope to see the city move forward and progress further as we move on.
Great. Thank you so much, Norm. Renee, could you give us an introduction, please?
Sure, I'm Ranee Raether. I grew up just outside of Marytown. I went to New Holstein Public Schools, graduating in 93. I then went on to UW Sheboygan in collaboration with UW Milwaukee for Human Resource Management. I did that for approximately 6 years. I then got into hospitality industry where I worked for approximately 20 years. And then for the last 3 years, I have been working at my husband's chiropractic business, being the business manager. And we just recently moved back to New Holstein, September of 2019. So looking to get involved in the community and help in any way that I can.
Great. Thank you. So, Renee, the first question goes to you. What made you interested in running for council?
So the reason I'm running for council is once I found out about the police department possibly getting dismantled or combining with Calumet County, it posed a concern to me knowing that it was basically going to be left up to 8 individuals to vote on it, which I didn't think was fair. I feel like as taxpayers and residents of New Holstein, big decisions like that should be left up to the taxpayers to also have a vote into it. Also, when I spoke with other individuals, they weren't even aware of such a big issue that was being brought to the council to be voted on. So I would like to make sure that people in every ward have a voice and that they are heard.
Excellent. Thank you. Norm, same question to you. What made you interested in running for council?
I ran for the city council for the reason that I saw the city needed change. We needed passion and family-oriented goals, and to make the city grow and thrive. Along with Renee, I agree. As far as the police situation, that it should have been left up to the citizens of the city, and that's the reason why I decided to vote not to disband it at that point. I did have people call me and voice their opinions, which I received, and I returned their calls. And I just envisioned the city needed a brighter future.
Excellent. Thank you. Norm, this question goes to you. What skills and assets would you bring to our local government?
Well, having been on the city council for a year, it was a learning experience for the first year, knowing, not knowing and not knowing what was going to be thrown at the city, the members of the council. So I kind of bring the open mind. I listen to the people, what they bring to me. I have an honest opinion. I'm a blunt person, but I tell them how it feels. Some people like it, some people don't. Uh, so my way of thinking kind of offsets a lot of other people's. So having an open mind and a different way of thinking can be a bring benefits to the city as far as what the city has possibilities for and what would possibly work. Having to get knowing the other council members now, and more of the citizens wise in my first year, it kind of opened up, and you hear what the people are talking about. So with them coming to me and them knowing me a little more, it kind of helps set the tone for what the citizens really want and what we can push for together.
Wonderful, Norm. Thank you. Renee, same question. What skills and assets would you bring to our local government?
Well, I feel that I'm detail oriented. Being in management for 6-7 years, I make sure that everything is done correctly. I double check it. I triple check it. I've been known to be OCD about things. So I think that's a big asset. Also, I'm goal driven. Once I put my mind to something, I want to make sure that I see it through to the end and make sure that it's done properly or as close to proper as possible. I'm also a good listener. So if people from the ward would have any complaints, concerns, I'm more than willing to listen to them and try to help make things better.
Great, thank you. Renee, with many things facing small communities like ours today, which key issues do you think council should primarily focus on?
I think a huge issue is getting more businesses into this town. Whether it be large business or small business, we just need to have more places to go, more people that want to move to our community and make it a better place.
Great, thank you. And Norm, with many things facing small communities like ours today, which key issues do you think council should primarily focus on?
Mine actually follow Renee's. The council needs to focus on rebuilding the city in itself, looking at ways to develop and bring new businesses and families into the city in general. The city needs to start listening to the people, hearing their ideas, and move forward from that point.
Excellent, thank you. Norm, do you have any project or idea that you would like to introduce to council that would better the community?
That's a tough one. I would like to see more family-oriented events come to the city, like more movies in the park. Maybe we could use the park or the pavilion for a family roller skating night, like they do the ice skating kind of thing. Scavenger hunts, or maybe some geocaching, just to open up, let the families get to know each other, and hopefully we can start bonding and move forward at that point.
Excellent, thank you. Renee, do you have any project or idea that you would like to introduce to the council that would better the community?
So because our office is located on the north side of New Holstein along Highway 57, I feel that if people are looking to move to New Holstein or Chilton or Kiel, entering from the north side of New Holstein, I mean, it's great. You have Honeymoon Acres, which is a beautiful place. You then have the Altona, which is a great restaurant. You have a gas station, chiropractic office, and a grocery store. But there's so many empty buildings that are sitting there, so many decrepit buildings that are sitting there. I would like to see the council focus on building up the north side of New Holstein so that if people are choosing between Chilton, New Holstein, and Kiel to move their families to, that they would choose New Holstein over the other two cities.
Great, thank you so much. Renee, how do you plan to involve residents in the decision-making process in our city?
Well, I'd like to keep them updated as to any decisions that are going to be made, especially major decisions, either through social media. I have a Facebook page, possibly doing a newsletter, like a quarterly newsletter or even every other month newsletter. Also, I think if there's issues that are going on and there's multiple residents that would like to meet, we have the facility. We could use the office to do like a meet and greet and discuss any topics or concerns that the residents may have.
Thank you. Norm, how do you plan to involve residents in the decision-making process in our city?
I just feel the city needs to have a public meeting where votes are heard and voices are heard and opinions matter. It seems that a lot of times the people aren't getting the word on when the meetings are and what the topics are. So if we could go along and put out notices, whether it be in the utilities bill, so since some people have internet, so they get emails, Facebook, that kind of thing, but some people don't. So if we could maybe put a flyer out, send it in with the utilities, since everybody gets that, they'll people that don't have that access can know what's going on within the city. If it's a major decision, let the people vote on it. Maybe the city needs to make it clear that people can voice their ideas and opinions to their alderman and mayor without being judged. So I think that the people just need to open up more, and the council members and mayor just need to be more open itself and listen to the people's ideas.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Norm, this is my favorite question. Norm, if you received a $1 million grant to use for the city any way you wanted, what would you do with it and why?
That's a good question. I would use it to promote new businesses, promote what the city has to offer, try and bring families in our city, use it to restore some of the buildings, but yet renew our parks and family-oriented venues. If it would be possible to enclose a pool and use it as a year-round to bring businesses here and other families, kind of like a Blue Harbor kind of thing, but as a smaller mold. Just in general, renovate the city, and make it so it's more enjoyable for everybody and exciting for people to come to visit.
Great. Thank you. Ranee, if you received a $1 million grant to use for the city any way you wanted, what would you do with it and why?
I think a major concern is, well, not a major concern, but I think a great thing to do would be to either lease one of the empty buildings that are in the town or even build a new building for our senior citizens. I know other cities have buildings where the senior citizens can go so that they can get together. I think it's great for not only their mental health, but also just socializing, playing bingo or whatever games that they would want to play, and just have social interaction. That would be the main thing that I would do. Next, I would look at fixing some of our city streets. A lot of them are in very bad shape. I know that costs a lot of money. So maybe just do a couple streets at a time or one street at a time. One's probably closer to the main streets. So if people are looking to move here, they can look down side streets and not look at streets that are torn up and full of potholes. Also, the last thing would be to update the buildings at the Civic Park where the Fireman's Picnic is held. Maybe just give them a kind of revamping and make them more user-friendly.
Great. Thank you so much. And Ranee, the final question to you is, where are your favorite places to spend time in our city?
My husband and I like spending time at the Altona. They have great food. It's a great atmosphere to meet more people, seeing as we just moved back in 2019, meeting more people that live in New Holstein and the surrounding areas. It's also great for networking. I also like spending time at Honeymoon Acres. I think it's a beautiful facility. They have lots of things to offer there. And I also enjoy the walking trails, taking my dog on the walking trails and just kind of sightseeing.
Great. Thank you so much. And Norm, the final question for you now is, where are your favorite places to spend time in our city?
There's multiple. I really don't go out too much in general, but I do is, how do I want to word it? Go to the local establishments for eating and having a few cocktails, that kind of stuff. I take the kids to the pool, so that's a good area to hang out. go to the parks, take walks through the parks and use a hiking trail. So in general, the city is a quiet one. So it's kind of nice. I feel the neighbors should kind of get to know each other. Maybe have some bonfires together, share some ideas and some stories. So that's usually what I like to do.
Great, thank you. That's it. See, piece of cake. Um, I did want to tell you, as I've said at the end of each of these, that you had so many answers where I just want to respond. I get so excited and enthusiastic. And now that we're on the final recording, I've seen this common theme emerge from everyone. And I do think there's so much positivity, so much passion for our community, a real desire to improve our community. I'm so excited at what the future holds with all of the candidates. And so I thank you for running and for being here. And I wish you both luck.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yes, thank you. Have a great night.